What if I told you that right now, there are people who risk their lives to save animals they've never met, spend their life savings on strangers' pets, and travel across the world just to rescue a single dog? In a world full of bad news, these stories prove that compassion isn't dead. It's alive and kicking in the most incredible ways you can imagine. We live in a time where it feels like humanity has lost its way. Turn on the news, and it's all conflict, greed, and selfishness. But what if I told you that every single day, ordinary people are doing extraordinary things for animals who can't speak for themselves? Today, we're sharing rescue stories so heartwarming, so selfless, and so inspiring that they'll remind you why humans can be absolutely amazing. These aren't just feel-good stories, they're proof that compassion is alive and thriving in ways that will blow your mind. Get your tissues ready. You're going to need them. The man who saved 1,000 dogs from a meat farm. Meet Mark Ching, a man who couldn't sleep at night knowing what was happening to dogs in Southeast Asian meat farms. So he did something most people would never dream of. He flew to countries where dog meat trade was legal and started buying dogs directly from slaughterhouses. But here's where it gets incredible. Mark didn't just rescue a few dogs and call it a day. He rescued over 1,000 dogs, spending his entire life savings and going into massive debt. He would walk into these horrible places, see dogs crammed in tiny cages, and buy every single one he could afford. The rescued dogs were shipped to the United States, where Mark personally found homes for each one. Many were sick, traumatized, and had never known human kindness. But Mark and his team nursed them back to health, taught them to trust again, and gave them loving families. One dog, named Meatball, had been so abused he couldn't even stand when Mark found him. Today, Meatball lives in California with a family who adores him, playing fetch in a backyard and sleeping on a comfortable bed, all because one man decided every dog deserves a chance at happiness. The teenager who built a hospital for street animals. Shravan. Krishnan was just 8 years old when he saw an injured puppy on the street in India. His parents rushed the puppy to a vet, but it was too late. That moment changed Shravan's life forever. He decided he would never let another street animal suffer if he could help it. By age 18, Shravan had built a full animal hospital. Not with his parents' money. With funds he raised himself by giving up birthday presents, selling his toys, and convincing friends to donate instead of buying him gifts. This teenager literally sacrificed his childhood to save animals. His hospital now treats over 2,000 animals every month, completely free of charge. Street dogs, cats, cows, even wild animals get the medical care they need. Shravan, now in his 20s, has dedicated his entire life to this mission. The most incredible part? He's never taken a single rupee of salary. Every donation goes directly to the animals. When asked why, he simply says, "They can't speak for themselves, so I speak for them." This young man turned childhood heartbreak into a lifetime of healing. The scuba diver who befriended a shark. Christina Zanato removes fishing hooks from sharks' mouths with her bare hands. There's one Caribbean reef shark named Foggy Eye who recognizes Christina and seeks her out for help. This shark swims directly to Christina when injured. Christina has removed over 300 hooks from sharks, diving 100 feet with no protection. She's been doing this for 20 years, and not once has a shark attacked her. Instead, they understand she's there to help. The trust between Christina and these apex predators is absolutely mind-blowing. The firefighter who became a koala's dad. During Australia's 2019 bushfires, firefighter Sam met Anwen, a baby koala whose mother died in the flames. Sam adopted Anwen and became her caregiver, bottle feeding her every few hours and applying medication to her burns. The bond was immediate. Anwen would only calm down when Sam was near. Today, Anwen is healthy in a wildlife sanctuary, but Sam still visits regularly. She recognizes his voice and climbs toward him when he arrives. The woman who mortgaged her house to save elephants. Dr. Dame Daphne Sheldrick spent her life savings and mortgaged her house to create an elephant orphanage in Kenya. She developed a special milk formula for orphaned elephant calves and personally raised over 230 elephants. The incredible part is what happened when her elephants returned to the wild. Many brought their babies back to show Daphne, like children introducing kids to grandma. One elephant named Eleanor would return every few years with her calves, as if saying thank you. The college student who saved a whale. College student Michael Fishback spotted a humpback whale entangled in fishing nets, slowly drowning. Michael and friends spent 4 hours cutting the nets away. It was dangerous. One wrong move could have killed them. The moment they cut the last rope, magic happened. The whale began breaching and spinning right next to their boat for 45 minutes, as if saying thank you. Michael named her Valentina, and she's been spotted multiple times since, healthy and thriving with a calf. The retired teacher who became a hummingbird whisperer. Abigail Alfano noticed injured hummingbirds in her backyard and turned her home into a rehabilitation center. She's rescued over 200 hummingbirds, creating tiny splints for broken wings and using medicine droppers for creatures weighing less than a penny. The incredible part is watching these birds return to visit her after recovery, hovering near her face like they're saying hello to their guardian angel. This grandmother became a hummingbird expert simply because she couldn't ignore tiny creatures in need. The fisherman who saved seals instead of catching fish. Captain Hendrik used to be a commercial fisherman until he found a seal pup tangled in fishing nets. Now he patrols the coastline looking for marine animals in trouble, rescuing over 500 seals, dolphins, and seabirds. The touching part is how animals he's rescued seem to remember him. Seals he freed years ago approach his boat and swim alongside him. Captain Hendrik gave up fishing to become a full-time rescuer, saying, "The ocean gave me everything. Now it's time to give back." From Mark Ching, who saved 1,000 dogs, to Captain Hendrik, who traded fishing for rescue missions, these stories prove human compassion knows no bounds. These heroes didn't wait for someone else to help. They saw suffering and acted. Whether it was a teenager building a hospital, a teacher becoming a hummingbird expert, or a firefighter adopting a koala, each person proved one individual can make an incredible difference. They remind us that there are still people who choose love over indifference. If these incredible rescue stories warmed your heart and restored a little faith in humanity, hit that like button to spread the love. Subscribe for more uplifting content that proves the world is full of amazing people doing extraordinary things for animals who need our help. Which story touched you the most? Share it in the comments below, and if you know of any other incredible animal rescue stories, tell us about them. Sometimes the best way to change the world is simply to remind each other that heroes walk among us every single day.